Hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, welcome back to another episode of Bad Beast Barbecue. Hey, today we're going to be trying our hand at the cold grate searing technique that was, I guess, perfected by Dave over at Slow N Sear. Okay, so we have a Jumbo Joe and we have the miniature 18-inch Slow N Sear that goes inside of it. And we're going to smoke a steak and we're going to do the old 1 minute flip on each side, searing it while turning the grate, and we're going to see exactly how the steak comes out. This is my first time trying this, so hey, we'll see. Well, it's not really my first time trying it. I did a practice run the other day, came out okay. We'll see how this one comes out. We got a 1.5 inch ribeye steak we're going to be cooking, so hey, don't go nowhere. All right, guys, so as you can see, we got our Jumbo Joe set up here. We're going to be using one of our zip lighting cubes here, and we're going to be lighting about 10 to 15 Kingsford briquettes. Okay, so we'll let that get hot, ash over, and then we'll be ready to smoke our steak. All right, guys, so now that my coals have somewhat begun to ash over, I don't want them totally white and ash color, so I'm gonna pour them in. We have the 18-inch Slow N Sear here for the Jumbo Joe. We're gonna pile all of our coals in one corner for now so they can keep burning. And I'm trying to, I don't want to use too much coal because I want to maintain, or try to maintain a temperature between 225 and 250 degrees so that we can literally smoke our steak. Okay, so we take the cube out, add our grate, and then we're going to add a probe to the grate to see if we can monitor our internal temperature on the Jumbo Joe, like so. All right, we're just going to wait for it to get up to the proper temperature, and then we'll go ahead and smoke our steak. All right, guys, as you can see from our Maverick, we've hit 216 degrees, so we're going to go ahead and prep our steak. All right, guys, so here is our steak that we're going to be cooking today. It's a 1.5 inch thick ribeye from Sam's, and we bought these in a 3-pack. It's already been seasoned with kosher salt and black pepper. So the only thing that we want to do now is we want to take our probe and put it in the steak so we can monitor the internal temperature, because we want it to hit 110, 115 degrees before we start searing. All right, let's get her on the grill. All right, so our internal temperature of our grill is showing 235. We're gonna see if we can maintain that. We're gonna put our steak right here. Actually, I'm gonna turn it so the probes don't hit. There we go. And now we're looking for this to reach an internal temperature of 110 to 115 degrees before we sear. So will we be back when that's done? So hang around. All right, so the temperature gauge has hit 111, and there's our steak at 111 degrees. Okay, so now we're going to remove it. We're going to get our fire nice and hot, and we're going to do some searing to it. All right, guys, so what we're going to do is we're going to remove our grate, and we're going to add a little bit more charcoal. All right, we're going to spread this around, get some of those hot coals intermingled with the new coals. Yeah, these gloves are pretty good. So, all right, and now we're gonna put our barbecue dragging up and get a blast of air on here and get it nice and hot. All right, guys, so we got our coals nice and white hot, and we got a good nice. So we're gonna put our grate on. And we're gonna put our steak on the cold side of the grate, and we're going to flip it and let it go for 1 minute. Hey Google, set a 1 minute timer.
1 minute, and we're starting now.
And we're going to do this for 4 times, 2 times each side, 1 minute per side, and see if we can get that perfect crust and that medium rare to rare inside. All right, guys, so 1 minute. And we put it on the cold side again, flipping it over. So each time we put it on the cold side of the grate and we flip it over. This is supposed to help give an entire crust across the entire steak. Hey Google, set 1 minute timer. So that's twice. This is the 3rd time. Hey Google, stop. And this is the last one right here. Hey Google, stop. Hey Google, set 1 minute timer. See, we got close to what we need to be. This is just still a little bit overdone. I must have left it on there a little bit longer, but we'll see how it comes out. So let's go ahead and cut into it after it rests. All right, guys, so we're finished with our cook. We got our steak here. It's been covered up here for 8 to 10 minutes now. We'll let it rest for a while. We had the, of course, paper towel on it so we won't have any flies flying around and going on. So we're gonna uncover it, and it's really juicy. It looks great. Now, like I said, we smoked it until it got to an internal temperature of 111 degrees, okay? And then we seared it for 1 minute on each side, and I was shooting for an internal temperature of 130 degrees. But as you guys saw, I kind of overshot that and went to 137. So we'll see what the inside of it looks like. It's got a great crust on the outside of it. It'll probably still eat good, but I'm still looking for that perfect technique using the Jumbo Joe, the Slow N Sear, and the cold grate technique to see if I can get the perfect internal pinkness with very little banding at the top. So let me go ahead and give you a close-up look at this while I cut it. All right, guys, so let's see what we got here. Actually, that's not too bad. There's a little banding at the bottom and at the top, but it's still pink in the middle. I still would have liked to have hit 130 degrees rather than 137, but we will keep attempting to perfect this technique, okay? But it still looks good. It smells fantastic. Almost lost a piece of steak there and don't want to do that. So, not too bad at all. So, with a little practice will make perfect. All right. So let's go ahead and have a taste test. All right, we're gonna go ahead and have a taste of this, and we're gonna see how this came out. Got a lot of black pepper on here, which I love on my steak. Oh man, it smells fantastic. Great smelling steak. All right, let's have a taste test. Whew. Even though it's like 7 degrees over the 130 that I was shooting for, this steak is fantastic. Juicy, moist, got some slight pinkness on the inside of it. Man, this is some good eating. Wow. The best way to season a steak is with simple kosher salt and pepper. Anything else is overkill. So, but hey, even though I went 7 degrees over my target temp, I think it's a successful cook. I'll keep trying to perfect my technique like I mentioned before. The benefits to doing a cold grate technique from what I understand, is that instead of getting those grill marks on your steak, the entire side of the steak crust over when you use the cold grate technique. So that's what I was shooting for. All right. And when I watched David Parish do it, he had some 2-inch thick ribeye steaks, and this is only 1.5 inches. So I'm sure that the thickness of the steak has a lot to do with the timing of how long you sear it or how long you want to cook it. That's why I cooked this one till an internal temperature of 110, 111 degrees to give myself a little leeway. So maybe I'll have to cook it to 105 degrees and then sear it. So, but all in all, I think it came out great. I'm going to eat this with some salad and a nice cold beer. So, well, hey, that's all we have time for today. Hey, thanks for joining us. This was not a sponsored video. We purchased the Jumbo Joe. We purchased the Slow N Sear. We purchased the Dragon, the barbecue Dragon. But if you guys are interested in getting a Slow N Sear, you can get it off of Amazon or check out the Slow N Sear company. They got some nice products out there. And like I said, the barbecue Dragon I picked up on sale at the end of the summer for like $9, and that thing is fantastic in heating up your coals really, really fast. Okay, and I love the Jumbo Joe. It's just big enough to cook for 2 people, but not overly sized like the Weber Platinum or the Weber Premier, to where you have to load a lot of coals in there just to make it to heat it up. So, well, that's all we have time for today. Like we always say, where there's smoke, there's fire. And if it's fire, then damn it, there just might be a barbecue there. Hey, you guys, stay home and stay safe from this old coronavirus and this COVID-19, okay? Hey, and as always, hey, we'll see you guys around the smoker. I should have put all that in my mouth. It's just that good. Wife is doing shrimp later. A little surf and turf. See you guys in the next video.